What is up? Silver Screen Savants is back. but
Back for the attack.
I'll take it. I like it. And tonight's episode is Mortal Kombat from 1995, one of the best video game theme songs, in my opinion, with the score for the movie. I had seen kill counts and stuff of this movie in full, but I had never actually myself physically gotten the chance to experience what I think some people have called one of the best action fighting movies. In a sense, you could say that, because you got a rival in.
Well, when it comes to video games turned to movies, it's probably one of the better ones out there. Although you could argue that the one they did in 2021 is an improvement over this for various different reasons. But even then, the new one kind of struggles too with some of what it's doing in its own. Did you see the 2021 version?
Yeah. That might
but
be.
this one here, it's still very fun. It's a fun movie. I remember going to the theater watching it, and it was actually kind of a funny story because when I went into the theater, it wasn't very full because I went during the day, and so we're sitting there, and the movie that starts playing isn't what I thought it would be. Like, it was a wholly different movie. It was a movie called The Cutting Edge, which is an ice skating movie. And so all of us in the theater are confused because we definitely went to the right theater to watch this. So it took them a minute until the people in the theater to fix it and put the right movie on. But I remember watching it and really enjoying it. I think I went back with my friend at the time to watch it again. And obviously the soundtrack in the movie was amazing. Like, it has some Fear Factory on there, Napalm Death on there. There's actually two separate soundtracks to this film that they did. I have both of them on CD. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's always hard for movie production studios to try to translate a movie into or a game into a movie. So back then I could see why it would have been difficult to kind of do it. But at the time, Mortal Kombat as a game was like very popular and high on the list. So it made sense.
Mm-hmm. And I think this still stands the test of time as being a high energy level movie.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, when you look at the cast, and it's kind of interesting because I was looking at some of the trivia stuff and all that. Like, rest in peace for Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa, who died this year, I think, or at least close to this year.
Yeah, in December.
Yeah, so he was a fantastic actor, and according to the trivia, the studio had only him in mind for Shang Tsung, which makes sense because even I was thinking at the time when the trailer came out that Tagawa looked exactly like the way that I thought Shang Tsung would look in the game. But then there's obviously the concerns about some of the other characters or the other actors. So you had obviously Lyndon Ashby, who did Johnny Cage. I'm pretty sure Lyndon did some work with I can't remember his name, but the Kung Fu. Do you remember the Kung Fu series? So there was a more modern version of that one, to where I think Lyndon was a part of that as like the son or something. But I could be wrong.
Kombat?
No, it's a TV show called Kung Fu.
Let me see.
David Carradine, thank you. And so they actually did an updated version in the 90s, and I think Lyndon was a part of that, but I couldn't verify whether or not he did or not. Either way, Lyndon he did do some training for martial arts for this film. Robin Shaw, who plays Liu Kang, obviously already knew some martial arts. He already done some martial art films. Bridget Wilson did some training. Now, I knew her just from Last Action Hero and stuff like that. one of the more interesting things, of course, was Talisa Soto playing Katana. I just read that this will make Neko kind of raise her eyebrows. Well, let me get her name. I always fuck up when I do that. Mariska Hargitay actually auditioned to do Katana, which I found very interesting. And then, of course, the other thing that raised eyebrows was Christopher Lambert as Raiden. Now, I thought Lambert did a good job. It was fun. But obviously, when it came to the 2021 version, they stuck with the Asian players of the characters, which is the way it should be. I know that's kind of nitpicky. People think that, you can't handle having, an American or, a white guy playing an Asian role. But back then you didn't really care about it as much as you do now, where it's a little bit more tactful to go about trying to at least identifying the character as the character in the game or whatever. So
I think it'd be cool to look at with Mortal Kombat is I would like to see a hot toy or something of these figures from the movie, like a version of or an idea. And this is where I posed a question for this is I would like to see, how we have an amazing soundtrack for this movie with the theme song and stuff. I would like, with the sequel coming out this year, I know this is probably too late, but I would like to see a repurposed, redone theme style to the new one, because this came out in '95, and it'd be interesting to see them repurpose the original theme and redo it in a modern style. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that probably could. I don't know. Like they may end up, because there's a sequel to the 2021 coming out this year.
That's what I'm talking about.
So they may try it with that. Hard to say if that's going to happen or not, but oh wow, that's crazy. So Gary Daniels there's a couple of things. So Gary Daniels is a martial artist from way back. He was auditioning, considered for the role of Johnny Cage, but funnily enough, Jean-Claude Van Damme, who's actually the inspiration for Johnny Cage in the game, turned down the role to play Johnny Cage in this film to do Street Fighter. And the funny thing is when it comes to actual money brought in, Mortal Kombat did way better than Street Fighter did in the theaters. So I'm a little surprised that Van Damme turned it down to do the Johnny Cage, because he was the one they based that character off of, the nut punch, the splits, all that. But apparently other guys that were considering for the role was Tom Cruise and Johnny Depp.
Oh gosh.
And I'm like, oof, I don't know how the hell. But there's a part of me that's like almost comical that I would like to see them try to do that role just to see what it would be like.
It was the movie your first experience with the franchise, or did you play the games before?
Oh, I played the game. I was in the arcade, yeah. And I think even before that, my friend and I, that's when we had the Sega Genesis, and we were playing Mortal Kombat on that. So we already got into the movie knowing exactly like who our favorite characters were. I was a big Sub-Zero guy. He was a big Raiden guy. And so we would always compete on the game before we went to see the movie.
And then another idea that you could do with the Mortal Kombat 2 that comes out this year is you could have the living cast, some of the living cast come back as cameos.
Well, yeah, some of them.
And I think
go ahead.
I think Carrie, the one that passed away, that was Shang Tsung, was planning to come back, have a cameo or something in the Mortal Kombat 2. But I don't think it happened, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I know they've done some voice work on Mortal Kombat 11, so they all kind of reprised their voices on the characters for the game. Because even they even have a Christopher Lambert version of Raiden on the game, which I own, but I haven't played it in a long time. But yeah, this and even some of the other things. So like Paul Anderson, who directed it, like he also did like Event Horizon and Soldier, which are two movies I really love. So I was kind of surprised when I saw he's the one who directed this. Not that it's bad, it's one of his earlier films. So, but then you also have Bridget Wilson. Like I said, I'd seen her in some other stuff prior to this, and funny enough was there's these twins for Playboy. I think Carrie something. I can't remember her last name, but she was actually one of the people that was the one they designed the character of Sonya on. So like they would do whatever it is they do for the animation, and she would fight out the sequences and stuff like that. So but their cast was interesting for at the time. Apparently Robin Chow, who ended up being Liu Kang, kind of mocked another martial artist earlier who had done the impressions for Liu Kang for the game like years prior. Apparently Robin had told him like, that's so dumb, why are you doing that? And then Robin would go end up playing Liu Kang in the film. So I think that's kind of
think Robin Chow is interesting. I was just looking at his filmography here a second ago. He did cross over into the Street Fighter franchise as well.
Yeah. He had some background. He did some martial arts films prior to that, and he actually did a pretty good job. Like I didn't really think that his portrayal of Liu Kang was bad. And unfortunately, when they went to do Annihilation a couple of years later, that movie just was horrible. Like it just tanked on so many different levels, and unfortunately got kind of worse because Lambert didn't come back as Raiden. Even though I love James Remar, him doing Raiden just really doesn't hit the way it should. But again, that movie was just god awful compared to this one. So even though this one has its share of problems, like it's still a decent interpretation of the game. Like it's still fun. That's kind of the way they went with it. Whereas Mortal Kombat 2021 was a bit more serious take. It had more gore and went with the brutalities and stuff like that. Or the fatalities. So they were approaching the newer ones different than this one back then.
I like that about the 2021. I like how you get to see like an origin story in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Of what leads to some of the characters. And that is one movie. I don't know if you would be down to review it, when it drops this year, the second one. I think that's in July, but I'm not too sure when that comes out.
Probably. I think they said probably like June or July, I think. So apparently Sharon Stone, Christina Applegate, and Dina Meyer were originally considered for the role of Sonya Blade. Now, Dina would have been kind of cool, mainly just because she went on to do Starship Troopers, and I really liked her in that.
It comes out in May.
May? Okay.
May of this year. I remember I don't even think I went to the cinemas to do 2021 because of, I think that was COVID era. So,
yeah,
about to start. So what I did is if I'm not mistaken, they put it out on Max when it was in theaters or something like that. That's the one I remember they did something like that with it. In order to get into this movie, we open with a freaking amazing, awesome movie soundtrack. Shang Tsung kills Chan Kang, the younger brother, the brother of Liu Kang, in a fight. I don't think I got. Hi, Jedi. Good evening.
Hey, Jedi.
I don't know if I had this one character I did not have a picture, and then I didn't get a picture of Art and somebody else, his mentor, Cage's. I think Goro's puppet in this movie is cool.
Yeah, that for the time that was really good how they were able to pull that off. because even though you can kind of tell it looks a little bit strange, at the same time it does still have like a lot of the animatronics of it all is just great. At least that's what I can tell. Like it could be somebody in a suit, but from what I can tell, it looks more like an animatronic type thing going on there. But
I think it's sorry. I think it's more. I think it's both animatronic and suit combined.
Yeah.
That's my
But
knowledge.
it came out pretty good considering what it was.
Liu Kang wakes up. We are taken to Hong Kong to meet our participant, Sonya Blade, right here.
Bridget, yeah.
Bridget, yeah. In Hong Kong, we are introduced to Sonya Blade, who wants Kano for the murder of her deceased partner. She kills a guy, and we are introduced to the next main character. Kano also had a cameo in that, where we see Kano for the first time as well. You know what's interesting about Kano is the guy that played him in this movie was British, and then they changed Kano from being British to like Australian now. I wonder if that character's.
Well, they did say from what I read in the trivia that the actor Goddard had done such a good job for them when he auditioned that they actually went purposely and changed his origin story to an Australian. So I thought that was pretty interesting. They did that for him because he just apparently oozed, the idea of what Kano would be, which I really did like his version of Kano. I do like the new guy's version too, which is kind of interesting. But overall, I thought Goddard did a really good job. And Goddard actually was a pretty good, a really good actor too. He's still alive. I don't want to make him sound like he's dead. Oh no, he did die. Wow. He died a while ago. He was only 40. I thought he was still alive. Holy shit.
I like this comment from Jedi, what he says about Mortal Kombat.
Yep. Same here. Yeah.
And it still kicks ass to this day. The franchise, the movies. If there's one character I'm really there's a couple of characters I'm looking forward to with Mortal Kombat 2, knowing that I've seen the trailers. I don't know if we're getting another one. Maybe. That'd be cool. Get
for what? The second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because usually if it's not due out till May, they're going to start pushing it more, so they may send out another trailer for it.
I want to first look at Shao Kahn. I'm looking forward to what that character can do because I've heard from a lot of friends that the actor that plays him. I'm not talking about the second one from the sequel to this. I'm talking about the new one, Jedi. He thought I was talking about the second one.
Oh, he thought talking about Annihilation. Yeah, no, we're talking about the newer one that's coming out this year. Yeah.
That would definitely be one I would be down to check out. Hi, Tony.
Shmony. What's up, Shmony? Neckaroni. We'll call him Neckaroni because he has a new little AI thing out there.
He's been getting popular on TikTok also with AI stuff. I don't know if you have TikTok, but you'll have to check out.
Oh, I see. He doesn't waste any time sharing his love for AI.
Yeah, it's really cool. He does it. I'm cute.
I'm cute. That's what he says. I'm cute. Did you ever see, probably not, did you ever see the Mortal Kombat Conquest show they had for a while?
Was that the YouTube show?
No, that was Rebirth, which was actually kind of cool. That they did a lot of cool things with that, even though it wasn't like a full-fledged series. But they did a series, and in 1998 to 99. And so you had like a lot of big names at the time, but most of it was kind of like the way that I remember it's more like eye candy. So you had like Sung Hai Lee in there, Jamie Presley, Eva Mendes, Kathleen Kinmont, Christina Loken. So you had all these people that were in there more like eye candy, but they do have some martial arts background. But then some of the other people they had, unfortunately for the show, were more American than Asian. So it kind of like ruined it in that sense for me. But I don't know. As part of me still kind of enjoyed it for what there's a couple episodes that I remember seeing back then. But I just was curious if you ever seen that one at all.
What did you say it's called? Is it
It's called Mortal Kombat Conquest, and it was
I see the logo in this.
Yeah,
I've always liked the dragon logo for whatever reason. It's really cool.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. In Hong Kong, we are introduced to Sonya Blade, who wants Kano for the murder of her deceased partner. She kills a guy. Okay. Next week. Johnny Cage is a stuntman and actor. He is the next to join the group, and we are whisked away to Hong Kong.
Yeah, the plan was for Shang Tsung to get Sonya Blade out there. And, you know, obviously there's a moment where Raiden tells Liu Kang that, you know, you're going to have to, like, get over the idea of going there for revenge and try to do it for your realm. You know, to win the realm, to protect Earth, all that stuff. So I've never seen it. Don't think I've heard of it either. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the show? I guess that could be what he's referring to.
No problem.
Jedi remembers the show.
I'd never. You got me curious enough to go do a check.
YouTube might have that by now, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he's never heard of the show. Also,
Conquest. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Conquest. That might be something that I'll have to definitely. Now that you mentioned Conquest, if I can find it, I'll have to check it out. I only see there's only listed as one season happening.
Yeah, it wasn't very long. But again, if you like a lot of pretty girls, which is why I pretty much watched it, that's the reason why.
So one of my friends said I think it's called Scorpion's Revenge.
Yeah, there's some animations out there that are highly touted. I haven't seen a lot of them, but I did watch. I think I did watch Scorpion's Revenge. That's the one with him and Sub-Zero. So, which, you know, that's one thing that I talked about with the 2021 movie was if you took the other guy out, I forget his name, the one that no one really cares about, but if you take him out and just leave the story between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, Cole, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, if you take him out or at least make him not the focal point, I think the movie does a lot better because the story between Scorpion and Sub-Zero was much more interesting and had a lot more going on. Yeah. See, Jedi agrees.
Liu Kang goes to the Temple of Light, meets his grandfather, fights Raiden, and leaves to enter the tournament. Mr. Highlander himself was in this one.
And initially, they were trying to get Sean Connery to do the role. So weird that in the end, it was the other Highlander they got, which I thought Lambert did a good job. It was fun enough. Like, I can understand like why there's controversy, obviously, but at the time, they didn't care. They just wanted to bring familiar faces into the movie because that's really, even now, it's very difficult to put money into something and then try to make money off of it. So if you don't have familiar faces, it can be a problem. But I think, I don't know, I have to go look and see what the 2021 did, but it probably did pretty well regardless.
Talking about budget?
Well, it's just now you can kind of like take more risks because look at they're still doing. They're still making movies that, you know, especially Disney, they're dumping money, like lots of money in these movies, and they're not even coming close to making the money back. So if they're just dumb enough to do that, then, you know, making something like 2021 where you have a much more accurate cast makes sense.
Are you a fan? Since you said before earlier that you said your Sub-Zero was like your favorite character, are you a fan of this current Sub-Zero in the Mortal Kombat movies?
Oh yeah, Taslim's amazing. A perfect casting choice. I thought he was amazing. And then you have Sonata playing Scorpion, which is another perfect cast. Like, it's just so good.
I love Sonata. Ever since I've seen Mortal Kombat, I'm like, I want to check out Sonata's new roles, new movies, and stuff that he's in.
Yeah, if you wanna see him in like a really good show, like check out Shogun. He's so good, just brilliant in that series. Like, I can't wait for the new one to come out.
That's what I hear is happening.
Yeah.
On a boat in the harbor, Sonya Blade follows Kano and Liu Kang, and Johnny Cage meet each other with Sonya. We are introduced on the boat to Shang Tsung and his goons, Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Raiden teleports Sonya, Johnny Cage, and Liu Kang to a different boat. Raiden explains that they have been chosen to defend Earth in a tournament called Mortal Kombat from Shang Tsung, the Soul Stealer.
Your soul is mine.
I like that line. He says, the trio journey to Shang Tsung's island. We are shown Reptile and Katana. The tournament begins, and we get to see the cool winter effects of Sub-Zero.
You know, the funny thing is, too, is that with Reptile, they still don't get it quite right for me. So even the 95 version, you have that CGI animation looks terrible. But now when you get them in the body of the fighter, it's fine, you know. But even in a new one, they still have like this, CGI effect of Reptile. And I hate it. Like, just skip it. Like, we just call him Reptile. Who cares? I don't care if he has like a forked tongue. Just, just make him a fighter. Don't worry about the little like camouflage. Like, I know that's part of the game, but you don't need that. Like, it looked kind of ridiculous on both levels. So they didn't really improve much on his particular legacy as a character.
Who knows? Maybe. I don't think he's in the new one.
No, he is. Reptile was, yeah.
And then the new one coming out?
Oh, I don't know if he's gonna be the second one. I can't remember what happened in the first one to him. He might have died. Who knows?
They always bring him back if they die under different names or something.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different characters that you can kind of build upon. I mean, obviously, I'm curious how they're going to do Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. Like, it's not something I really envisioned as Johnny Cage, so it's going to be. But when I saw the teaser trailer, Carl did a really good job with it. So we'll see, because I know they're getting kind of playful with his particular character, so that makes a lot of sense because Johnny Cage is kind of aloof as it is. So.
Yeah, the trio journey to Shang Tsung's island. Okay, I think I said that. Yeah, we are shown Reptile and Katana. Do you think Katana's characters evolved over time as well?
I'm trying to remember because, I don't think she showed up in this one, in a new one. So unless she shows up in the one this year, I don't know. But
I think she is.
I thought Soto did it. I thought Soto, that's her there. That's Soto. She did a good job. You didn't see like a whole lot of fight, and you didn't see her with her fans either. Like, so that's
Katana is listed, by the way, in the cast of the new one.
Okay. I know we saw Melina in the 2021 one. So, but Soto did a good job. She has a look, and she does know some martial arts, but you didn't get to see any of her fan play, which that's kind of her big thing. She's actually one of the characters I play a lot in MK11. So.
Oh, you do play Mortal Kombat still to this day?
Yeah, I haven't played in a while, but I do own the. Hey, Brony.
Hi, Brony.
I do own the game.
Mm-hmm.
Neko likes to play Kung Lao. That's her guy.
The tournament begins, and okay. The trio spy on Kano and Goro, this freaking four-armed monster creature fighter. That's the best words to describe him. I have I have gifs of some of the characters, so when we get to like their showdowns and stuff, I can like, let me see if I have. I think I saved scorpions. I didn't save Kanos. Yes, this is Goro.
Yep.
The puppet that you're correct about. Oh, Brony's asking a question about one of the
I
games.
play MK11 and MK1. I always love MK games. Yeah. Oh, that's Tony. I wonder why Sonya, Jax, and Kano aren't playable in MK1. Yeah, I remember reading about it some time ago, but I kind of forgot what the reasons were. But they kind of had a habit of doing that, even recently, where they'll put out so MK1 is actually the newest one, and so it is weird that they left them out. I don't know why they do that, and they did that with some of the other games too, where you have these characters, but then they'll leave out like a different character. Like they never have them all together. Like it's really weird unless it's some like random downloadable thing. Like I know I didn't get around to MK1, but MK11, you can download like Rambo, Terminator, stuff like that.
Is that the one that had Jason, right?
Not for that one that I recall, unless it's like a separate thing they did later. But I know there is one where you can do Jason Voorhees and Robert Freddy, yeah. So there are some that allow you to do the horror icons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Goro would be interesting to see in the new Mortal Kombat. I don't know if they'll go that direction, but I don't. Oh, one character I am looking forward to is Baraka.
Yes. Yeah, that'll be interesting how they do that, which I thought they did a pretty good job, Molina, because trying to do the facial stuff is tricky. But I did like how they managed to do Molina. I thought that was, I didn't see a lot of it, but it was pretty cool that she did that little licking the knife thing. Or Sai. I can't remember what she was fighting with, probably a Sai.
I would say I have a little bit more faith knowing that they had, even though one of the writers of the Fantastic Four from the terrible one from 2015 wrote it, the Mortal Kombat 2, but at the same time, he also wrote the latest Godzilla movie, so there's hope. Jeremy Slater is who I'm talking about.
So they got the guy called Martin Ford playing Shao Kahn in the new film, and dude, he looks like a Shao Kahn. He's a big motherfucker.
Everybody talks. I'll have to see if one of my friends can throw some recommendations your way for him, but a lot of people have said he's in the Kingsman. He's in Kingsman.
Who's that?
That Ford.
Oh, Martin Ford is? Really?
Yeah, he's one of the guards.
Oh, okay.
If you want to see he's in Red Sonja.
I haven't watched that yet. I should watch that.
I think he's a bad guy, and he seems like he seems like one of those characters that's like a villainish actor, where you could play multiple roles. Yeah,
well,
I guess
he's a bodybuilder, but that doesn't really matter one way or the other, because Schwarzenegger was a bodybuilder before he became an actor. So if you can do it, you can do it. Yeah.
They're already doing a third Mortal Kombat.
Well, yeah, of course. They're going to make it a trilogy, obviously. So,
Brony, we need to get you to watch 2021. I know you said you won't, because the reason he says they won't because of the gore and stuff, and that I told him it's not.
Well, so Brony plays the games. Does he play it with the gore shut off, or?
You got me.
Because some in the past, I don't think he could really. I mean, of course, there was different animation then, but
it's not. I wouldn't say it's as graphic, as the games, though. The fatalities and stuff in the 2020.
I mean, there's some gory scenes, but it's not
all.
it's not outrageous. It's not crazy.
Tony plays with gore all he's on.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, that was a big reason why I played Mortal Kombat. Fatalities were the best thing.
There he just answered it.
No, I don't play it. I just seen gameplays of okay. Gotcha.
He plays Street Fighter. That's what he likes. He likes Street Fighter, Smash Bros, all those kinds of fighters, Tekken even.
Well, they're great, good games. Like, I mean, nothing wrong there.
The trio spy on Kano and Goro. This, four-armed monster creature fighter. Shang Tsung tells them that Kung Lao's descendant is in the tournament and Liu Kang. I thought you did play it. Street Fighter. Oh. He just told you something about Street Fighter that's heavy on something. Okay, never mind. Shang Tsung tells him that Kung Lao's descendant is in the tournament and Liu Kang, and that Katana is the Emperor's adopted daughter. As they leave from spying on Kano and Goro, Liu Kang gets spit in the face by Reptile. Imagine Reptile just in a human form, just spitting like an acid.
Well, they do that in the game, that he basically takes off his mask, and then there's like a reptile face, and that's when he kind of spits, acid on you, venom or whatever.
Yeah.
I probably would have designed Reptile just to be a regular dude, but sort of with like powers like Sub-Zero or whatever, and can still spit venom, but he's still like a human form. Like he just has like some ailment. I think Mortal Kombat, is it Legacy or Rebirth, the YouTube stuff, I think they actually did it similar to that, where they made him more kind of humanistic, but with these like weird powers.
Which
you look at me like that for?
Which design of Reptile do you like more? Because since you said you didn't like either design, am I correct in saying that?
Well, I mean, the games always had him like both in human form and then like some little creature, but it doesn't really translate well in the movies to me. Like even in 2021, it just kind of ridiculous. Mm-hmm. So I would have just kept him in human form and then just had him have like these type of venom or whatever acid that he could spit. Because I mean, Sub-Zero does Sub-Zero. He's like a freezing guy, and then of course they changed Scorpion, but he doesn't really shoot anything from his hand or anything. But back in the games, it's a little bit different. He also spits fire in the games. So, but they changed the way that Sonata portrayed him, which I thought was a good change. It's all right to have these otherworldly fighters, but I think you have to kind of keep it within reason, unless you're going to give so Melina might have more of a backstory to why she is the way she is.
I'm getting a weird.
Must say SF is heavy on fan service. What's SF? What am I missing?
Street Fighter.
Oh, Street Fighter. Okay. Yeah, they have a lot of fans, and of course they have the new Street Fighter coming out this year too. So
I don't think it's going to have any of that. I haven't seen it a rating yet, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be violent. I think it's just going to be your usual fun game, because you got a lot of wrestlers in there and stuff like that. So, but I'm happy that Rain is in it, because I really am a big fan of hers. She's incredible at martial arts, so I'm really happy to see her in there.
Wonder if it'll be good enough that they do a sequel. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, look, from the trailer, for me, it looks better than the Van Damme one. I mean, again, it's one of those things where both this film 95 and then the Street Fighter in 94.
Originally,
they were designed to be kind of just like for fun and fan service to the fans who play the games, whereas now it's getting a little bit more serious in how they approach the stories.
Mm-hmm.
So they turn out a little bit differently now.
Originally, that was going to be my first pick, the Street Fighter, with but I never could find a link for it, so that's why I went with something like this. I'm looking forward to the new Street Fighter movie, Tony said.
Oh wow, that would have been interesting.
Salma
Hayek was considered for the role of Princess Katana.
And that Katana is the Emperor's daughter. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Johnny Cage smells Katana's perfume. They go to a room, are ambushed by guards, and the amazing Mortal Kombat music plays. Phenomenal music for this movie. Brony, if you have the chance, there is a Tekken movie.
There is.
He was just asking. He said we should get a Tekken movie.
Yeah, there's both an animation one and a real one, like live action.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, I'm not impressed by either one, to be honest. So in the way that Brony would say, if they do like a better updated version of Tekken and
that's
actually
what I think he was asking.
Yeah, I'd love to see a more updated version where they just do a little bit better than the ones that were put out.
Brony, this movie's PG-13, and this is the original Mortal Kombat we're talking about. So
yeah, there's no gore in this one.
You're fine. You would like this one. Raiden appears and stops other guards from attacking, and the trio leave to prepare for the start of the tournament the next day. First up to start the tournament is Liu Kang, and he takes on a fighting monk, and he beats him after the fight. Shang Tsung absorbs the soul of him. Next up is Sonya Blade versus Kano. She snaps his neck with her feet in a cool KO.
Well, in the game, she has that move, just like Johnny has the splits with the Nutcracker. She has the scissor kick where she goes up and grabs him and flips him over. So that was a good job. I will say it's interesting too, though, because the plot really, for the most part, at least in terms of the characters initially, were trying to be like non-violent in terms of killing people. But it's funny how Sonya Blade didn't really waste any time snapping the neck of Kano. I just have to wonder how Liu Kang and Johnny were like, man, she's mean.
I wonder how you could do. I won't say it, but Hollywood, I could see remaking the 1995 modern.
I doubt it, because they've already done basically the 2021, so I don't think they're going to really try to stick to doing another one of these. It wouldn't make much sense at this point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Johnny Cage is up then against Scorpion. And if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, then you would know that the creator does Scorpion's line in this movie, Ed Boon. Oh, wait. Never mind, it won't play. But I had a GIF video of okay. Give me and Scorpion has a really cool thing that He
I should have known this much sooner.
all good, Brony. All good.
But I
But
think it's on Max right now.
I don't know if he has Max or not. Here we go. Here's what I was gonna say about if it'll play right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like that part, but I kind of understand like why they were doing it at the time, because it would have been difficult to. I don't know if it'd been difficult. They could have done it another way, but I don't know. It didn't really hit the same. But again, they're trying to make Scorpion otherworldly, kind of like Sub-Zero, so to give him these special abilities.
I think our best Scorpion is Hiroki Sanada.
Oh yeah, easily.
I can't wait till we get the Scorpion where fire, the skull, all that fun stuff.
I don't know if they're going to do that. Not with the newer version. I don't think. See, I don't think they're trying to go campy so much with those characters. Like they gave Scorpion a fire ability, but it's more through his body. But I don't think they're going to do the whole pulling the face off and skull and all that stuff like they did in the this one here.
Yeah. Ed Boon did Scorpion's line for the movie, "Get over here. Get over here." I can't say it. It's hard. They fight for a little bit till we are teleported to another arena, and Johnny Cage and Scorpion keep on going back and forth with each other until Scorpion shows a skeletal face and Johnny Cage, using a freaking awesome dagger and shield, cuts Scorpion in the arm. His chest is cut open, and Cage uses the shield like a buzzsaw and cuts Scorpion in half. Up next, do you want to say something about this fight?
Just that the sound, the music playing was Fear Factory, which I recognized immediately when it happened. So in the theater, I'm looking at my friend like, "Dude, this is Fear Factory. This is Fear Factory." So I was excited.
Mm-hmm. Up next is Liu Kang against Kitana, and it's a short fight that ends with Shang Tsung ending the fight. And this is where we see Kitana is on the good side, basically. She turns from her darkish path that you could feel to more positive, calming, peaceful, I guess, in a sense. Liu Kang versus Sub-Zero happens. And using his own element against Sub-Zero, Liu Kang wins. Oh, he likes her design in Mortal Kombat 9.
I don't think I played that one.
I think he's talking about Kitana in Mortal Kombat 9.
Oh, I still didn't play that one. I like her design in MK11, but I usually have like the outfit of her in the cat suit.
He's saying you have it on console where you play it?
Yeah, I have an Xbox One. That's where I've been playing it. Not MK1, but MK11.
He's talking about, I think Brony is talking about, he might be talking about this design. I don't think I can open that link, but Tony sent a link in the chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
But this is what I think Brony is talking about, this design or something similar to this. But that's what she looks like in MK9. Kitana.
Where?
I just put it on the picture.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's a good outfit.
Oh, Tony's talking to you.
Oh, okay. Is this is this the show? It is. Okay, I see what you did here. Okay. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna bookmark that.
Is that Conquest?
Yeah, so it has like all the episodes here in Daily Motion. So if you want to watch it, you can.
That'll be cool. It might be on YouTube.
Well, Daily Motion's free. You don't have to sign up or anything for it.
Liu Kang wins. Goro enters the tournament now. Goro versus Artleen. I think Artleen's a forgettable character.
Well, yeah, they had to have a guy that was Mr. Nice Guy, and Johnny knew him from seeing him fight. Like, he was like a regular fighter, so he had to have some sort of loss. So basically, Goro dispatches of Art, and there was actually supposed to be like a very somber, emotional moment where they were burying Art at some gardens nearby where the tournament was, but they'd cut that out because they just wanted to kind of keep the action going. But in order to avoid killing off too many main characters, they probably had Art in there as a kind of fulfiller to get him out of it. Even though when Annihilation came out, they killed off Johnny Cage like immediately.
In case this sums up what might be big enough video. Here we go. Okay, it's too long, too short. But here when we were talking about Sub-Zero. This is what Sub-Zero is capable of with the.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job at the time with this. I wasn't that unimpressed with that. I thought it was a nice job of bringing his ice powers to light, because that's always something you kind of look for. Even when, like, what they did with the 2021 was amazing, like just so awesome. That moment when Taslim Sub-Zero takes the blood of Scorpion and makes it into a icicle and stabs him with it, that was so awesome. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that whole movie was ridiculous, just from head to toe. Like, even Samurai bust on it a lot.
Yeah. Goro versus Artleen, and Goro plays whack-a-mole and clubs Artleen. Art's soul is absorbed by the soul collector Shang Tsung. Johnny Cage has his shot against Goro. It's a pretty cool fight, and Cage gets the upper hand, and Goro goes falling to his death by getting knocked off a cliff by Johnny Cage. And this, to my knowledge, I believe is the only movie appearance of Goro.
Goro was in 2021 too, very quickly. Cole beat him.
Is that in the opening?
No, it's later in the movie, after they started fighting different people. Which they did a good job with the CGI for Goro in that one. I thought he looked pretty cool.
Yes, he was. Yeah. Yep, he was considered a supporting. He's considered a sporting villain. On the way to Shang Tsung, we have a fight between Reptile and Liu Kang, and we get a bicycle kick, one of Liu Kang's signature moves in the fight, straight out of the video games. This is freaking cool to see signature characters in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I like what they did with 2021 in keeping fights like using signature moves, abilities, whatever, with it.
Well, they even gave Liu Kang his animality, which was to strike down the fire and bring the fire dragon up to take Cabal, which I thought that was a cool thing to do.
Has Liu Kang's brother been real prominent in the games, or is he?
Are you talking about Chan from this one, or like?
Chan?
No, I don't think so. Obviously, he has a connection with Kung Lao in some ways. But Chan's really not a factor. Again, I think Chan was kind of like just another kind of throwaway character to kind of get the motivation for Liu Kang in this film to come out to fight Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung to me is just freaking amazing in this movie. What the character.
And that's the funny thing too, is like, and it's I don't know how Tagawa's health was in 2021, but it would have been cool to see him play Shang Tsung in that film, because I thought he still thought he was such a good actor for the role. Like he really, to me, encompasses what Shang Tsung really is. Yeah, the babalities, yeah. 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 Then they also have the friendships that they do too. So
the best fight, in my opinion, though, is saved for last between Liu Kang and Shang Tsung.
Yeah.
Kung Fu, and the best part is how Liu Kang takes out Shang Tsung, and all the souls he stole are ghosts.
Yep, and then they also, again, the song they use for when Chan comes out of the ghost portal, whatever the fuck that is, and says his goodbyes to Liu Kang, like that song is also at the beginning of Hackers. So that song was making its rounds at the time.
I was gonna ask, are the ghosts prominent in the games?
I'm trying to think. I mean, obviously you can steal souls in the games. I'm just trying to remember if they haven't come to use. Like I think in some of the fighting for Shang Tsung, you can, like, he can change into different things, but usually he's changing into the opponent. So if you're fighting as Liu Kang or Sonya, he can mimic you and fight you in that form. But I can't remember if he actually brings any souls out to work with him, unless it's like some sort of attack that's like spirit attack or something. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while. Maybe Brony will remember some of that, but I can't think of anything offhand where he would set like a bunch of spirit warriors up and use them in a way that would make sense like the movie. So I don't know.
But the fact they save Shao Kahn for the end as a cliffhanger for a sequel is just icing on the cake. And that's and then I'll save this when we get to final thoughts, score, etc. But I have some, not trivia, but I have some what my score and stuff.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, we've said pretty much what we needed to. I mean, for me, final thoughts basically are just it's still a fun movie. I still enjoy it. I actually think I have this on VHS somewhere, to be honest. But have the soundtracks. It's still a lot of fun. I still like the 2021 more than this one, just because it does go into a darker territory with the fatalities and stuff. But this one is still a lot of fun. And the acting is decent enough, even though it's kind of dated now, because the dialogue's not that great with some of the characters, but it doesn't hit like it once did. But I still enjoy watching. I still have a lot of fun with this. If I had to rate this now, probably be like a 7 out of 10 in terms of a movie, but still very much enjoyable.
We are on different levels.
It's all good.
This freaking movie is awesome. Needs to be checked out. I love this franchise and the phenomenal score. The stunts also 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 scorpions get over here.
So what do you rank? How do you rate the newer one that you saw, 2021?
It's up there as well. I would say I'm right around the 9-ish with the new one. Or
so what is it you like about this one more than the 2021?
I like the soundtrack. I like
that's the defining point for you. The soundtrack.
The kills are unique because they're from. I think they're from the original games. Original 3 games is where this movie, the finishers, took place from. I think the characters, how you introduce each character, give them their own like side. Like you're telling a story when you're watching this movie in a sense. Like this is like, oh, Sonya Blade's origin. This is Kano's. This is so and so's. I like how also they got fights that each character has their own battle. You see, I love that in 2021 as well because you get to see each person's perspective of the battle, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I love this movie a lot. I think I hate to say it, but now that I think about it, I think 2021 is about the same level as this. Just because you could introduce a new generation of fans to this franchise with the games. Now, look at it this way. You might have new people that just started introduced to Mortal Kombat now through these movies. Imagine the generation of fans, that are going to be going to check out the games next. Well,
I think because the games have still been consistent throughout the years, I think there are people that are still engaged, both young and old. For a while there, even before the newer movie came out, you had YouTubers and Twitch streamers still playing the Mortal Kombat tournament. So MK11 really was a big thing. That's kind of like I watched one guy that I used to follow. He used to do the tournaments all the time on stream playing games, and he was quite good. Way better than I would be trying to fight people online, but he did a good job. I think the games have kept people engaged, and then the movies do help because now you can kind of put, see some of this stuff come to life through the movies. So I think, and even the animation. So I think in a lot of ways the games are, because they're still putting out the game. Now MK1, I've heard pros and cons to it. And part of that's because, again, I think I haven't played it. Maybe Brony can kind of confirm or deny if there's like any kind of wokeness of MK1, because I've heard there is. I don't know.
He wants to see the Terrifier clown. He left.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're not into gore, they're probably gonna make him pretty gory because the movies are ridiculously gory. Like they are just crazy. But that'd be cool because Tony and I have talked about how art is actually one of the newer horror icons in horror right now. So it wouldn't shock me if art showed up in some crazy way. I mean, I think even MK11 had the Joker in there. So, and you already have Casey Blade, the younger, the daughter of Johnny and Sonya, and she has that whole like Harley Quinn outfit that I use on her for MK11. So I heard and read that those movies have made people sick to their stomachs. It could, man. They're pretty they're intense without a doubt. Like
the next one,
huh?
Is it an upcoming Terrifier supposed to be the last one?
I don't know. It could be. But if I'm talking about gore effects, so like even if you don't want to watch 2021's Mortal Kombat because of some of the gore, that's way tamer than any Terrifier movie. Like you wouldn't make it through any Terrifier film. They are pretty bad. Like if you don't like gore, like I don't really care. Like I kind of become indifferent to it now, even though sometimes I can watch some stuff and I'm just like, I'm not really in the mood to watch something this grotesque. But there is an entertaining factor of Terrifier that's kind of helps alleviate some of the gore out there. Yeah. Yeah. I would never recommend you watch Terrifier just because of that fact. They're just way crazy.
I don't even know if I would be wanting to.
Well, yeah, Art is, they do make him funny in his own way. Like the funny thing is the third one, which was not my favorite of the bunch. They take him to very dark places, but he has this like quiet. He doesn't speak. He just gives you looks like a mime would. So that makes it kind of funny when he does that. But like in the first one, he literally chops a girl in half, like from where all the way down. Like you see it, and it's tough. It's tough to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But that has nothing to do with Mortal Kombat, really.
I highly recommend you check out the 2021 Brony. I know you might. I think the reason he said he went also is because he might have nightmares from it because of the kill. But
well, yeah, I mean, look, some people don't really respond well to movies that are that explicit, and I get it. Like, I don't ever say like, force people to watch shit like that because you're either a person that can in your mind know that it's all fictitious even though it looks real at the time that you're watching it, but not everybody responds to that kind of stuff. Like there's certain things like even like what is it, my wife will watch this chick that pops pimples and I can't stand it. To me that's worse than watching Terrifier. So you can take some weird things where people are popping zits, and that's worse to me than actually watching a movie that's based off of gore. Like it's weird.
mm-hmm.
So 10 out of 10. Interesting.
What would be interesting is when all the Mortal Kombat are set and done, we rank them.
We can do that.
Even better, what you could do, rank the characters.
Ooh, but would you be ranking them off of the movies or ranking them off of the game?
I would say both. You could do both, like a
right. Different subsets. Yeah, that would actually be fun. I'd be down for that. That'd actually be fun.
We need to get Mr. Tony on that one. It sounds like
actually, I'd get any gamer on there. Like maybe if I could swing at Samurai, I would have fun doing that. I'm sure. That'd be awesome to kind of do that.
What do you have upcoming content?
What do I have? Do I have anything? I don't even know anymore.
I thought I saw something on the site on the calendar.
Yeah, so tomorrow, Neko and I are doing our month end review of some of the rock and metal albums that I've listened to this month. We're going to try to go month by month instead of waiting until all the way to the end of the year to try to push her through it, because she doesn't get to hear a lot of stuff at the end of the year unless I do it on the show. So her and I are going to go through and just review some of the stuff that I've liked from this month, and then we'll put out a video on that. And then by the time we get to the end of the year, we can have a little bit better idea of everything. I do know on Monday, I'm doing another Kaiju Spotlight with Kevin Lambert for Legion from the Gamma series. So I'm going to try to get the Kaiju stuff going again and get everyone involved, because like everyone has their list of stuff they want to do. You talked about it with you on the 17th of February. I'm getting together for Cinematic Synergy with Kevin to do Bone Tomahawk, which was his pick this time around. And then I know I'm going to be on some of his shows coming up, but I don't have it on the schedule yet.
This also, I've got it right here. It says the week before, 13th, you're on something, the Exorcist franchise.
Yeah, Into the Darkness. Yeah.
And then the Rocky franchise. I don't know if you're on that or not, but that's on.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and make it. Oh, I love Rocky. Yeah, we'll see. Neko can be on there. But I know that also. I think it's in March for Into the Darkness, which I think Nick will want to be a part of. Is the Critters? We're doing the Critters franchise, so she likes that one a lot, which is fun. I really do enjoy Critters. What about you? What are you doing?
Do you know? Okay.
You've been busy all month. I haven't talked to you, so you got to have something going on.
We do. Every other Thursday, like last Thursday was our debut show. Like how you have ghouls, we have a podcast, our own Henshin Revolution podcast is every other Thursday. Last Thursday was the debut, so our next show will be Thursday the 12th. And we started the show with 1972's Android Kiter, where this was the first episode we talked about yesterday. And me and Geek, who will be joining us with Savants when he's on vacations and stuff, and he's available. So yeah, I'll be. That was me that dropped something, but that will for sure be something. I'll repick Marches so that way we can do something. Want to get him, you, Tony, and me, and maybe Anthony on one for something horror. I might do something horror for March if there's any newer or any cool looking stuff that's out. Or you know what we could do that month? We could do 300, but I might just save that for the other show if we're going to do 300, because I do know for a fact of the other shows that I want to do for sure is the Expedition Mythology. That will be my next project to work on. I'm trying to think. I wonder if Tony would be. I know Anthony doesn't like Masters of the Universe, so.
But I wonder though if it's just because like I don't really like the first movie, so like I said, I saw the trailer for the new one. That looks a little more interesting than the one from the Lundgren one. So I wonder if Anthony's just basing this off of that.
I think it's a franchise in general.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Expedition Mythology is one new show we're going to do this year for sure. Don't have a date. I got to set that up as something to do. I mean, if we want, we could slot that into Saturdays and play around with Savants whenever, I guess, availability and stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to do the spotlights this year, the talking about those, but I haven't gotten anything.
Yeah, you got the characters that you were telling me about? Yeah.
I think what I might do, I've been playing around with that. I might make that a summer show where, because right now I'm kind of focused on the Henshin Revolution one with Geek because, it's our baby. We just started it. In fact, if anybody wants to listen to the audio version of it, it's on Spotify. If you type in my YouTube name underneath my name on the in white on the screen, you can go find my Spotify name, and it is on there on Spotify where you can listen to it. It's gonna be posted every other week. And for our first podcast, we chose Android Kikaider from 1972. It's really unique. It's different. It's created by Shotaro Ishinomori, who's also the creator of the Kamen Rider franchise. Fun fact about the Kamen Rider and Kikaider, they both came out the same year. So, and Kikaider is a bug-themed rider. Every season in the Showa era is bug-themed. Like, one is a grasshopper. He's like a grasshopper, kind of. Japanese grasshopper or something. It's really cool, and we'll be diving into all the Kamen Riders, Super Sentai, Garo, every tokusatsu imaginable. I don't know about the Godzillas yet at the point. I feel like the idea for those will be to do them during specials, to do as specials.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't have anything.
That's a wrap, as they say.
That's a wrap. Yes, it is.
So did you pick the next silver screen? Like what you're doing? I can't remember if you said what it was.
No, I got to pick that still.
Thanks, Brony.
Thanks. You'll see us again next month.
Yes, sir.
I should have by next month for sure. Before next month, before Savants and stuff, I should have Expedition Mythology made and done. Then we have to plan that out when we want to do that and stuff. I know for a fact our first pick was Jason and the Argonauts. I might have you do the thumbnails for that if you don't mind, because
sure.
You probably have a better idea of what a Greek mythology thumbnail looks like than me. So, I mean, I've got my own thumbnails I'm working on.
Are you going to go with like a standard one like we do for silver screen, or are you just going to do differently for each movie?
I don't know. That's a big question mark right there. It's whatever looks great and turns out well.
Okay.
But that's a wrap, like Anubis said. And we'll see you next month on Savants.
Take care, everybody.